Alright guys, my name is Blaze and today we're going to be looking at my Series 5 VGC team that I'm going to be using to go from Pokeball to Masterball. Just some backstory, I've been Masterball almost every season. I wasn't the last 2 seasons because I quit playing, because I thought the meta was a little stale. And I came back after Series 5, seeing some of the interesting Pokemon, I want to jump back in. But here's my original team that we're going to be going through. Of course it may change on our way to Masterball, but this is the core base that we were starting with. So we'll go over each Pokemon and some of the decisions. I have Duraludon with Life Orb. Special attack up, attack down. Hidden ability Stalwart. Ignores opposing moves that redirect, such as Follow Me. I went Flash Cannon, Draco Meteor, Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse. Very important with Flash Cannon against Fairy types, Dark Pulse against Alakazam, Thunderbolt against Togekiss, Lapras, other things like that, and Draco Meteor for the other dragon types. Next up we have Whimsicott with a Mental Herb. I don't want mine to be taunted. If you get into the mirror match and they taunt you, but you still Tailwind, you will then proceed to win the mirror match, or at least be at an advantageous position. Attack down, defense up, Prankster. Tailwind, Helping Hand, Moonblast, Taunt. Pretty standard overall. Really do like pairing up Duraludon with Whimsicott. It's very important. They have really good synergy together. Urshifu G-Max. The Rapid style, so Fighting Water. I picked it over Fighting Dark because when I was testing on Showdown, getting to a high rank, I found Water to be more effective than Dark. More situations where it was good. I went Focus Sash because he is very frail, and I do like, with his high speed, he can almost guarantee an attack, get hit, and then next round guarantee another attack, and it's very devastating. I went Speed Up, Special Attack Down. Unseen Fist, if you don't know what that does, it lets you hit through Protect. Hit G-Max, lets you hit through Max Guard. I went Surging Strike, Detect, Close Combat, Aqua Jet. Very tempting to get rid of Detect for something else. I've not made my mind up yet, but we're still in the early phases of testing. Next up we have Sid, the Incineroar, the Guava Berry. The heal, just typical heal. I went a bulky build, special defense up, special attack down, Intimidate, Darkest Lariat, Flower Blitz, Fake Out, Parting Shot. Really a utility Pokemon to get the Intimidate, Speed Control with a Fake Out, and still be able to deal adequate enough damage to the Fire Thorns and DDs, things like that, that he's very viable. Next we have probably the biggest change in Series 5, which is the Rillaboom. I went Assault Vest because I wanted mine to be extra bulky. And I went Grassy Surge. I went Speed Down, Attack Up, and I'll explain right here in a moment. So I went Woodhammer, Knock Off, Grassy Glide, Fake Out. Fake Out for Speed Control, Woodhammer. Very tempting to replace. Very rarely do I use it over Grassy Glide. And Knock Off, tempting to replace as well. Oh. So those are things that could be replaced in the near future. We'll see. I went the Brave Nature, and he has 0 investments in speed, which is 0 IV, 0 EVs. The reasoning is he speed ties with DD, so it does give you the 50-50 on the terrain on who wins it. It's been very important in some games. It's been very not as important in some games. It just kind of depends. If there's a good situation where you need the terrain advantage, and it really helps you get it in some of those situations, whether it be against Raichu or whoever it may be. Terrakion, Choice Band to boost the attack. I didn't know what else to go. Tempted to give him Focus Sash, but I don't want to take it off Urshifu. He's also a member that I've been tempting to replace. We'll see. I went Speed Up, Special Attack Down, Justified, Rock Slide, Mega Horn, Iron Head, Close Combat. Just a wide range of coverage for Togekiss, Alakazam, Talonflame, Lapras, etc. Yeah, and that's it. So overall, the team, the Duraludon, Whimsicott, Urshifu, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Terrakion. And we'll jump on in. So this is the team I play tested in Showdown. I got to a pretty high rank in Showdown. I got to about 1,500, a little bit above 1,500 before I quit. And I decided I'd bring it over to the VGC. I'm currently 5-1 with this team. So I gave it a couple test runs before. I wanted to make sure that I felt comfortable enough putting it out there as a team worth going forward with. So without further ado, let's go. So Grimmsnarl, Dragapult, Blastoise, Gardevoir, Gengar, Charizard. Duraludon does excellent against every single Pokemon. If I get to speak in Trouble's Whimsicott, that would be excellent. Rillaboom, kind of good here, but not as good. Intimidate's not super good here. Urshifu's not super good here. Terrakion, I think, is fine from the rock side. Ironhead, close combat. I think that's fine. The question is Rillaboom or Incineroar. I think Rillaboom. Give me more speed control. We'll see though. We made the right choice. I'm predicting the Grimmsnarl Dragapult lead. What I expect. We'll see. Could be the Blastoise, but so one of the big things that people don't think about is the meta from Showdown to the meta on, let's say, the Switch is just different. Like I would never see this team on Showdown. For some reason it is off just a little bit. My Elgato is. I feel good about early Dynamax, just max tailing the Gardevoir, and just getting an early tailwind up. But anything Gengar can do, I don't think so. I don't think Gengar has anything that's super threatening. He should be faster than me with each of his Pokemon, so I think that means he will not be Dynamaxing. The reason I'm okay with early Dynamax is Duraludon has so much. This team is a lot of pressure. It's a very aggressive team. It tries to get an early advantage and snowball it. And that's hopefully what we're about to do here. Could be sashed Gardevoir. That would be problematic. But not the right choice, considering if I'm not physical. I need to move my camera, y'all cannot see the hell. We'll go right here. So we did one shot. Focus Blast. Did a lot. But we're still here. I would say it's a good turn. We got Tailwind up, so we have speed control. Charizard. Charizard does not outspeed. So the question is, what am I more concerned about? My Pokemon in the back. Am I more concerned with the Charizard or the let's move my camera down a little bit more. Feel like right. Yeah, so the question is, am I more concerned about the Charizard or the Gengar? I think he's on Dynamax Charizard. We'll help him. What makes sense from the Dynamax Gengar? Honestly. So, let's see what happens here. This should okay. Sucker Punch would be problematic though. Sucker Punch could be problematic, but it would have went before Helping Hand. That was the right play. The reason I picked Charizard over the Gengar was because I had Rillaboom in the back. Rillaboom can deal with Gengar, but Rillaboom can't deal with Charizard. I didn't want to do the spread of Heat Wave, just in case if he didn't. Heat Wave would have been devastating, where Focus Blast is not, or Shadow Ball, either one is not as big of a deal to me. I can also fake out whoever brings out with Rillaboom. We can fake out. We cannot fake out. Okay, but this is still not bad at all because we still have Tailwind up. We do. We'll use Knockoff on Dragapult, and we'll Moonblast Dragapult. We'll double it. He could Phantom Force, but we're faster. Well, my Rillaboom's not faster, but that's really good damage. U-turn, but he doesn't have nowhere to go. Really good damage though. Fly forward, good information. Sludge Wave. Okay. Interesting. Didn't expect Sludge Wave, I guess. Should I have Grassy Glided? So here's the issue now. We're basically in a still outspeed. Right. Rock Slide would be the most damaging move, but it has a miss chance, and I'm choiced into it now. But it also has a flinch chance. So if he doesn't kill me, this Turf Body. See, I thought that would be problematic. But now I struggle. I cannot hit him. Focus Blast. Yeah, so I struggle to death right here. Alright. Well, we won. Lucky. Very lucky game, I would say. Some things I need to remember. But also, just for you know, in VGC, if both Pokemon faint at the same time, whichever one is attacking does win. Yeah, so a very close game. Don't need to check his information out. So one thing we had to consider next time against a Gengar would be the Sludge Wave. And so we're fucking all 6 now. We'll get one more match in. 6-1. Should I have changed my team up? And should I have... I don't know. I don't feel like I misplayed the early game. Killing the Gardevoir. But maybe I did. Well, I will do this so y'all can see the team. But he is running... Very interesting start. Terrakion does good against everything here. But I also need Terrakion to be faster than a lot of these Pokemon. So we're gonna go Whimsicott, Terrakion to lead. Urshifu is good here. Actually, is Urshifu good here? The Duraludon is good here. The question is Urshifu? Or is Incineroar better? Incineroar does beat 2 of his mons, 3 of his mons really. Rillaboom, 1, Urshifu, 2. What do I think he'll bring though is another thing I have to consider. He's very physical heavy. We'll take the Incineroar. I expect Bisharp and Togekiss or Rillaboom and something. This one could be very problematic. It just depends on his leads. A lot of people that play Cinderace usually lead Cinderace. So that's one thing that, yeah, so my lead was really good. I don't know why, but a lot of people that play Cinderace just feel the need to lead with him. With the Tailwinds, we're faster, and then we will Rock Slide. It will do incredible damage to both. They can return KO. Maybe return KO both of them. Go Dynamax, probably Cinderace. So he could Dazzling Gleam, and his G move could double KO. The setting of speed control is very important. That may be one thing we do. We may change our Terrakion so he outspeeds Cinderace without Tailwind. It would be a much better play to Helping Hand. The reason I don't G-Max or like Dynamax Rockfile is because I'm so pro. Max Knuckle will kill, would most likely kill me even if I had Dynamax. Interesting. This is still gonna be a lot of damage though. I still feel good about this move. Hopefully he's just following me. But it would have won already. That's good damage on both. Max Air Stream. Go into the Whimsicott. That's not a big deal. I don't think Dazzling will one-shot my Terrakion, but it may. Fly forward. I don't think this one-shots, but it might. No. So we can get a double KO this turn. He made himself a flying top. We still would outspeed, but barely. What did the Duraludon, I guess? So he would outspeed my Duraludon. That's problematic, at least. Please don't with Dynamax, so we don't see the point. We could be him in the back. No one, I mean, they all take Thunderbolt, decent. Primarina, Thunderbolt, Togekiss, Rock Slide. I hope I don't get RNG'd. I mean, statistics say this hits, but, you know. He could Max Guard, thinking I will do this, which is why I've doubled up into the Togekiss. Is that way, even with a Max Guard. Still covering myself. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Really, that's kind of how this team works, is the speed control. If you're once you're able to gain speed control, you can kind of control the tempo, because everyone on your team hits so hard. Now, this turn is very important. But depending on who he brings out, I can retreat Terrakion for Incineroar. Not a big deal. Also not a big deal. I will let Terrakion die here. It's okay. Risk. Yeah. We are faster. So that does mean that the only one he does have to do something with him, such as Grassy Glide, Fake Out. We'll max darn to Dusclops. He's the threat here. Incineroar beats Rillaboom one-on-one. If he lets this Rock Slide go off, I would be surprised. I wouldn't expect it to. So I'd expected Grassy Surge into a Nightshade, Will-O-Wisp, no, Pain Splitter, Nightshade, Ally. Too much, I'm low on the special defense. But that's a fake out. It's probably wasn't Grassy Glove. Change nothing. Activate Nightshade probably. God, he does so much. Even if it's Pain Splitter, he will die next turn with the special defense drop. I think we have, what, 2 more turns of... Okay. Now this is where things can get a little problematic, I suppose. But even still, I feel like I'm in a good spot. The Terrakion obviously is not in a good spot. We'll just match Darkness. Will he protect? I feel like he won't. I feel like he'll Pain Split maybe. Match Darkness will do good damage against either one. And I don't. There's no way they can one-shot him. But they have to do something with. There's the Pain Split. Yeah, they can't one-shot him. He does kill. Foot Hammer. That's not a big deal at all. Could just shoot Grassy Glide. That's the same result. That doesn't help. Doesn't help. He's dead. Because of the special defense drop. And now Rillaboom really doesn't have a way to deal with the Rowlands anymore. Especially after the attack drop. I mean, yeah, Tailwind leaving, that's great. Pretty sure it doesn't matter, honestly. We just put ourselves in a position with that very powerful turn 1. It's interesting when you think about your turn 1s, because if you tell someone that you're setting up for the future, but you're going to sack a Pokemon or 2 Pokemon, it's hard for them to see. One thing I've learned, this is kind of one thing I learned from playing VGC, going to tournaments and stuff, is like seeing far enough that it matters. Is pretty sure. Like seeing far enough into the game that it matters. That was canceled. That was it there. Okay. So 2 quick games. First one was a lot more interesting than that one. Just because I got hit with something I wasn't expecting. Let's see here. This should get me a great ball. I don't need to check the team. We will quit battling. This should get me. Oh. But what I will do is I will post a link to the rental code for this team down below. If you'd like to try it, if you have suggestions, anything like that, I'm always open to suggestions, open to ideas to make the team better. This is a work in progress. I do think this team is good enough to Masterball already. Honestly, I think this team will get to Masterball in not many games. Honestly, but that's it for this video. I'm going to try and upload twice a day. So this one will go up in the morning, and then there will be another video in the evening for 2 more games, and we're going to try and keep doing that routine all the way up until we hit Master Ball, and then we'll go from there, try to push rank 1. So this is Blade Dog. If you're enjoying this content, make sure to hit that bell, subscribe, everything you got to do, and I will see you all next time.